Good morning, Smithers, British Columbia. Undisclosed location, abandoned lot near BC Barbie's home. Just want to talk to you briefly about the concept of stealth gardening, or another term you may or may not have heard of is guerrilla gardening, abandoned lot, urban gardening. The idea is that there's unused spaces all over our urban landscape where plants, nature take it back, intermixed possibly, like in this location here where I'm standing today, is someone's former home. And so there are trees and plants that were planted here by the person, as well as those wild plants that have moved in and proliferated. So the reason I'm here is because it's awesome sunny location near my place where I live, so I can keep an eye on it and monitor it. And what I did was planted some really tall raspberry canes that were given to me, and I sprinkled some kale seeds as well, just to see if it would come up. So the last time I was over here was a couple weeks ago. There wasn't much except for grass growing when I planted the raspberry canes. There's green leaves on them now. I just came over this morning to water them because it's been a dry week. And I noticed beautiful flower. And then, oh yeah, I also noticed, this is what I mean about Smithers itself is a wildlife trail. That's moose poop. There's also dog poo in here because all the neighborhood dogs come over here, which is one thing you have to watch out for in the guerrilla gardening. You know, it's underneath all the weeds, grass. Be very careful. There's all kinds of sharp things, broken glass, depending on where you are, needles, that kind of stuff. Just be aware. And that's when I spotted this rhubarb. Quite a lot of it, actually. This whole mound here is covered in rhubarb. You can see it all popping through, so that's awesome. Extra bonus. There's the raspberries I planted. And then, because I did this, right, because I showed up and put in a little effort and came back to check on it and water it and see if it was growing, which it is, what did I spy with my little eye? But fresh horsetails popping up everywhere, which is the perfect time to be picking them. Horsetail has a lot of excellent minerals in it, and silica is one of the big ones. And that's really good for connective tissue, teeth, hair, nails. So I'm going to look up some recipes. I already picked myself. This was a whole patch of it. I just about picked it clean, and no problem doing that because it's prolific and has a mycelium root base, so it just comes back constantly, reseeds itself. So that's awesome. And this is a nice little out of the way corner where people don't walk. It's not being sprayed. It's clean. So it's a good place to be picking and harvesting from. So that's awesome that I got the horsetail. I got a bucket full of that already. And then while I was down here picking horsetail, I noticed all these raspberries right here. There's an entire bush that I did not see because I didn't actually come in here to where this little tree is. I just sort of sat on the other side where those bricks are last summer. And I guess I just didn't even notice. So that's awesome. So there's an abundance right here. All kinds of things, not to mention all sorts of dandelions around me. Probably be some chickweed, possibly stinging nettles. And then this beautiful tree here and its partner right here with the little white flowers just starting to pop out. Not sure. I didn't see any fruit on them at all last year either. Possibly could be a plum tree, just judging from the looks of it, but I'm not an expert. Anybody else know? Please leave me a note in the comments. But you guys heard that saying before, hey, that showing up is half the battle. The longer I live, the more I find out that really is the truth. Just wanted to share that with you. Hope everybody's having a beautiful sunny Thursday or whatever the weather's doing where you are. Even the most neglected, overgrown, unsuspecting places can be quite useful and have a lot to offer. Thanks, everyone. Bye from beautiful BC.